Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Project Gaia. JP here, and today we are in Mystic, Connecticut. Now, Mystic, Connecticut is kind of famous. One of the reasons it's famous is from the hit 80s movie Mystic Pizza, which we're going to go to later with Julia Roberts. But the town is a fascinating place to visit. It was founded in the mid-1600s, so this town is several hundred years old, right? It has amazing architecture, an amazing little downtown area, and we're actually here on Memorial Day weekend, so it is super bumping. And what's great is it's such a walkable community. I mean, there's all these different stores and restaurants you can go through, and it's really a nice place to bring your family, or as a couple, or if you're just by yourself. So what we're gonna do in this video is we're gonna explore Mystic, and I'm going to show you the best things to do while you're here in Mystic, Connecticut. So let's begin. I recommend beginning your big adventure in Mystic by grabbing breakfast and coffee at Sift. This place is famous in Mystic and is known for its delectable breakfast options as well as for a variety of sweets. Make sure you get here early though, as the lines start to build as early as 9 a.m. It is a place that is uniquely New England and uniquely Mystic. I ended up getting the peanut butter cookie, and I have to say, this thing is delicious and absolutely melts in your mouth. So one place that you have to visit when you're here in Mystic is the Mystic River Historic District. Now, if you're an architecture buff, you're gonna love this area. So it's several blocks, and you just walk around, and it's this amazingly beautiful historic architecture. A lot of the homes are from the late 1800s, and I mean, they're just filled with these beautiful gardens. Come here in spring or early summer because you can really see everything in full bloom, and it's just west of the downtown district. So you just walk about 10 minutes from the downtown district and you're here. The Mystic River Historic District is an amazing place to take a stroll through. Here you will be impressed by idyllic Victorian-style homes, most built in the mid to late 19th centuries. It's amazing in the spring, as so many of these homes have amazing gardens, and it's a truly inspiring and meditative experience. One thing that you should check out when you're here in Mystic is the Mystic Museum of Art. Now, what's great about it is completely free. There's just a suggested donation. The museum is pretty small. You could probably get through it in about a half an hour, but it has a lot of really cool art pieces, and a lot of them are local artists. There's also a really cool kids section. It's called Young at Art, right? So if you have kids, they could even come in here and make their own art, and they hang it all over the walls. So it actually makes it really nice for adults and children and families alike. The Mystic Museum of Art is a small museum, but definitely worth the suggestion donation entrance fee. Here you are greeted by interesting and thought-provoking works that are often inspired by local scenery and culture. It helps you gain an understanding of the creative and forward-thinking atmosphere of Mystic, Connecticut as a whole. Right up the street from the museum is downtown Mystic. This attractive and walkable commercial corridor is a haven for those trying to experience some of that small-town Main Street American charm, but with a New England flair. It has a nautical, welcoming, and homey atmosphere, and is incredibly friendly for visitors, families, couples, and locals alike. When you're in downtown Mystic, make sure to see the dramatic drawbridge. Several times per day, boats travel down the Mystic River towards the Long Island Sound and out to the ocean, passing under this iconic piece of local heritage. Get a glimpse of some boats going under before you get back to shopping and dining. Another place you have to check out is Brew Pub. This is an old bank that has been converted into an eclectic bar. When you're inside, grab a drink and then make your way over to the old vault. This bar has effectively encapsulated history while converting the property to a new use. Now, one place that you have to go when you're here in Mistick is Mystic Pizza. So Mystic Pizza is more famously known as the hit 1980s romantic comedy drama with Julia Roberts, but it's still here. It's been here since the 1970s, and it's a fantastic pizza spot. So let's head in and let's try some of Mistick's best pizza. Mystic Pizza is often considered the most famous destination in Mistick because it was the filming location of the 1980s movie Mystic Pizza. It is known for its delectable Connecticut-style slices and is a place that has attracted many celebrities over the decades. Grab a slice downstairs and make your way upstairs or to the terrace for nice views of Mistick. Mystic Connecticut is a historic town that has an incredible charm that attracts visitors from all over the East Coast and the United States. Its unique nautical New England vibe makes it a haven for people trying to experience a seaside escape, history lovers, and is even popular for bachelor and bachelorette parties and its nightlife scene. Make sure to stop and take it all in as you explore this fascinatingly quaint New England town. Now, a must-do when you're here in Mistick is to visit the Mystic Seaport Museum. Now, this is America's largest maritime museum. So you go in here, you go through this little old village with all these old buildings, and you learn about what a seaport on the Atlantic was like centuries ago. Now, there are some very interesting old giant vessels here, including the oldest wooden whaleboat in existence. And you go through there, you learn all about maritime history, and you learn how these ships are built and how important this seaport was to the development of Mistick and the surrounding areas. So let's head in. The Mystic Seaport Museum offers you the opportunity to see how a seaport functioned during the colonial era to the late 19th century. Here you can explore historic buildings, all with original features, telling you the story of Mistick's impressive nautical past. You can see how people used to live and work in this burgeoning seaport village, and how they utilized the natural resources of the sea to survive and thrive in this coastal New England town.
Walk him to his burying ground. Walk him along, John, carry him along.
Make sure you really get into all of the buildings of this living history museum, where actors and staff bring the story of Old Mistick to life and help you understand how this city's maritime past contributed to the development of this amazing town. Make sure you pay a visit to the Charles W. Morgan, built in 1841. This is the world's only remaining wooden whaling vessel and was incredibly important to the economy of Mistick and New England, particularly in the use of whale fat for lighting before widespread electricity use. You can wander the ship's deck and go below to see how these whalers would have lived out on the sea, scratching a living for their families back on land. So one thing you must do when you're here at the Mystic Seaport is take a boat ride, and it's actually coming in now. So you go on this old historic boat, and there is a 30-minute tour and a 90-minute tour. 90-minute tour is goes into the Long Island Sound and is a little bit more extensive. And then there's a shorter one that just teaches you all about Mystic Seaport. So let's head on. Take a cruise on the Mystic River on the SS Sabino to experience sailing from yesteryear. This coal-powered boat is over 100 years old, and it moves incredibly slow, but the views along the river are beautiful. This cruise offers you a meditative journey where you can look back on your mystic adventure so far and take in the sights of this amazingly beautiful coastal town. You will also pass under the drawbridge that we saw before in downtown Mystic, and pass underneath the Amtrak railroad line that is actually a swivel drawbridge, a feat of engineering for its time. Back on land, make sure you don't miss the shop in Mystic Seaport that has tons of interesting model ships of famous vessels throughout the centuries. Then, make your way next door to check out the impressive navigational house, where you can view and buy antique navigational devices. So another thing you have to check out when you're here in Mystic is the Mystic River Park. So this basically is a linear park that goes along the river, and it's kind of like a boardwalk, and along it you have all these different businesses and live music, and people are hanging out, and you can like watch the boats go by, and you're under the drawbridge, and it is a really cool destination to see while you're here. Don't miss Mystic River Park. Though a small park, this public outdoor space attracts tons of visitors and locals alike, and is a beautiful example of people of all ages enjoying their town, and has a general happy atmosphere with live music. Grab an ice cream, people watch, and witness people enjoying the day as they cruise down the river on their boats. So whenever I'm in New England, I always want seafood, particularly lobster, because that's the best in kind of the New England, Massachusetts, Maine, Connecticut area. And I asked around a little bit of Mystic, and I found out that the best place to go is Abbott's Lobster in the Rough, which is actually not in Mystic. It's in a town called Noank, which is a beautiful town filled with Victorian architecture as well, but it's right on the water. It's kind of got pretty foggy today, so you can't see the water that well, but it's known to have the best lobster and seafood here in the Mystic area. It's about a 10 to 15 minute drive south of Mystic, so definitely check this out when you're here. Okay, so what I got was the pound-and-a-half lobster dinner, right? But that takes about 25 minutes to cook, so you're gonna wait a little bit. But what they do is they start you with your soups and your appetizers. So I got New England clam chowder. I always get this when I'm here, and I hear this is one of the best in New England. So let's dig in. Very good. It's got that clam chowder creamy taste with a little bit of salt and pepper. It really is very good. All right, so finally the food has arrived, and I got a fresh lobster. Look at this guy. Beautiful. Full claws, pound-and-a-half lobster. I was feeling extra hungry as well, so I actually got the fully loaded 1 pound lobster meat lobster roll. This is one of their most famous dishes. And you know, when you're having the lobster, you also want all this good butter. So you dip the lobster meat into the butter, and it just makes the whole thing that much better. So let's dig in. Now, an absolute must-do here in Mystic is to visit the Mystic Aquarium, which is behind me. Now, the Mystic Aquarium is one of the largest aquariums in the United States. So this is a full-day event. It's great for kids because you could really learn all about marine wildlife. They have lots of exhibits, shows. I mean, it's an all-day event. The thing is, the price of the tickets are pretty expensive. For adults, it's about $46. So it adds up a little bit. Kids and seniors and that, you know, there's different tiers. So check online before you go. But despite that, it is a very amazing destination here in Mystic, and if you love marine wildlife, this is going to be your heaven on earth. So let's head in. The Mystic Aquarium is an absolute must-do when you're in Mystic. The aquarium is one of the best in the nation, adding to Mystic's nautical charm, and is filled with several hundred species of marine life. I recommend first checking out the outdoor area. Here you will find belugas, seals, sea lions, penguins, and more. The aquarium staff is incredibly knowledgeable and seem to have a real connection with the animals. There is even an outdoor playground with an under-the-sea theme for toddlers and young children. Let your kids burn off their energy before they relax under the serenity of the fish and calm water inside. Next, make your way into the main gallery. Here you will find marine life from ecosystems all over the world. It is fascinating gazing into the shallow waters or the abyss of the sea. It seems so foreign to us, yet is teeming with life. Each of these fish, corals, and shellfish have a purpose and make up the beautiful tapestry that is our oceans. Here you can learn all about their habitats, lifestyles, and how they contribute to the world that is under the sea, with attractive and interactive exhibits. So something that I was actually going to skip, but I'm very happy I didn't, was Old Mystik Village. I originally thought this was some kind of standard outdoor mall, similar to an outlet center. But what I found is that this village is filled with unique, eclectic, new agey, and interesting stores. You can really wander through this village and you will stumble across some of the most unique boutiques you will ever find. Get yourself something to soothe your soul in the crystal shop, or make your way over to the Alice in Wonderland store and get a real trippy souvenir of your trip to Mystic. Make sure you wander the grounds as well. They are beautifully landscaped and resemble a sort of old-style Bavarian German village. Grab a bite to eat in one of the several restaurants in the village before you continue your eclectic shopping experience. Anime and Japanese culture enthusiasts are going to love this store that is completely dedicated to everything Japan and Japanese pop culture. And Christmas heads are going to love the boutique where it is Christmas every day. Maybe get a jump on your Christmas shopping early on the off-season, as I imagine prices increase dramatically during the actual Christmas season. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more tours of interesting places all over the world. See you next time and take care. Bye.